everybody, welcome to Smart Talk. I'm Neha. Full today learn about adjectives. So very first I explain you about adjectives. I already explained you about adjectives, but right now I explain you about adjective while using first order, second order and third order, but it is very different from the last chapter. So here I write, you just notice that what I'm writing, with some adjectives you use more. So now I'm talking about more. You use more to make the comparative form. So what is the term comparative? It means that when you want to just compare two persons or things, you just remember that we have to utilize this degree. Okay, so now I write and added and most to make the superlative form. So what is superlative form? Now I throw light some on comparative form. It means that when you're talking about two persons comparison, then it means it is in the comparative form. But now I'm talking about superlative. So it means that when you are talking about, when you're comparing more than two persons, like just 3%, 4%, okay, so this form is counted in superlative form. Clear? So here I have comparative form and superlative form, but here is you use more to make the comparative. So when you're talking about, when you utilize about comparative form, you just remember that you have to add more with the noun. Okay, so here I just added that most. Okay, so most to make the superlative form. When you're talking about, when you're utilizing superlative form, it means that you just have to add most with the noun. Okay, so here are some examples. Just look at that board. I just write very simple noun which is active. Okay, so if I write here active, and if I write here, this is the first order, and I explain you about the second order. The second order is active, activer, because in second term we have to add er. Okay, so in the third degree order, I told you that you have to put est at the end, but right now this sentence is meaningless because I'm talking about more and most. Okay, so always remember that when we are talking about more and most in comparative and superlative forms, you just have to add more and most in comparative and superlative nouns. Okay, so this is incorrect. Now here I write active. This is what? This is of first order degree. Okay, so now I write here more active. So this is about comparative form. When you're talking about two person or things, when you're comparing two person or things, it is in the form of what? It is in the form of comparative form. Okay, so I use here more. By utilizing some sentence, I explain you that John is more active than me. So here I utilize John is more active than me. So this is the comparative form or degree. But why? Why it stands for comparative form? Because when we are talking about, when we are comparing to person or things, then it must be in the comparative form, and we just have to put more before the noun. Okay, so now this is very clear to you, and right now I explain you about the third degree, which is superlative. So do you understand now what is superlative degree? So here I write active, more active, and most active. So here most active is counted as superlative degree, because now we are talking about more than 2%. We are comparing two, not two, more than 2%, just like 4, 3, a number of. Okay, so this is counted in plural terms. So here I am talking about most active. It means that this is counted in superlative. And now I explain you all these terms by using a sentence, which is Mary is the most active girl in the class. So here I use Mary. So Mary is a person. Okay, so Mary is the most active girl in the class. So by using noun and person's name, I utilize here most, because now there are more than 2 students in the class. Okay, so this is a kind of group of a class, though there are a number of students in the class. So I just want to explain that Mary is the most active girl in the class, in her class. So it is counted as superlative degree. Okay, now you're very familiar with first degree order, second degree, and third degree. Okay, so active is of first degree order and more active is of second degree. We can also talk it as comparative form, and most active is counted as superlative. Okay, so now I explain you all these terms by using some another examples. Okay, so I just repeat it by using some sentences. Very first I write here charming. So now we have to recognize that these are also of what? Of comparative and superlative form by using more and most, because if we have to write here charming. So here if I write charming and put here er and in superlative, so from its behavior, if we speak charming not, so it means that it seems to very rough and it is incorrect. So what is the exact answer of charming? So the exact answer of charming is what? Is more charming and most charming. So this is the first order, this is the second, and this is the third. So it is referred to as comparative, and that means superlative. Okay, so here I add more. By utilizing some sentence, I write here, Kiran's face is very charming. So now we have to change it in what? In comparative and superlative. So here we have to add Kiran's face is more charming than her sister. So why I use here more? Because we are comparing between two girls. Okay, so what is the first? First is Kiran and second is her sister. So when you are comparing between two persons, two peoples, always remember that we have to put more before the noun. Okay, and it is also refers to as what? Do you remember that? It is refers to as comparative form. So now I explain you about its superlative form by using a simple sentence which is about more than two persons, two peoples. Okay, so here I write most charming. So why I use here most? Because now we are comparing more than two persons, two peoples. Okay, so here I write Lim is the most charming boy in his family. So now I use here the term, the meaning family. So here family means group. It means that there are more than two persons in that group. So it is refers to as a family. So here I utilize most. So Lim is the most charming boy in his family. So I am talking about the quality of Lim. So it is refers to as an adjective and it is in the form of superlative. Okay, so here I utilize most. So this is the combination of more and most. We have to put more and most according to the sense. So at the second location we just have to put more, and in the third degree order we have to put most. I hope you understand all these terms very cleverly. So when you keep your conversation going according to the sentence, you just have to remember all these terms. Okay, I think it is sufficient for today. I will meet you some topics in the next episode. So goodbye for that time. Take care.